What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in. Today, we're talking about 10 of my favorite EDC knives right now, coming in under that $300 price point. Before we dive in, double check and make sure you are subscribed here to the channel. I'd love to have you. Hit that thumbs up button. It really helps push the video out there so more people have a chance to check it out. Let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. Love hearing from you and what you are carrying for the day. So I got a bunch of different knives for you, bunch of different companies, all kinds of different styles, and anywhere from $250 to $300 is going to be the price range for these knives. And we're going to kick the list off with the Quiet Carry Drift. This has a beautifully thin drop point blade with a stone wash finish, coming in Van X super clean. And when I say thin, I mean razor thin. This thing is a slicing machine. It is extremely comfortable as well. You have a full finger choil here with a nice neutral grip, knurled titanium handle on the show side, deep carry wire pocket clip here, and we have a titanium frame lock. And these things are extremely smooth, fantastic opening action. Just a great knife for under 300 bucks. Going to give you a lot of bang for your money. So this one here has to make the list, and you could throw the crossbar lock version in as well. The Kumo Padre just has to make the list. Done quite a few videos with this included in it over the last couple of months, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's an awesome knife. It's been kind of we're kind of beating the drums here with this knife, but it is fantastic. And if you haven't ever seen this knife before, or you just don't know, the Kumo Padre for under 300 bucks is an incredible knife. Also coming in Van X super clean. You have this nasty drop point style blade. We have a cutout and front flipper for the deployment. Nice row of jimping there on that front flipper. The detent is extremely well tuned on these knives. It is just ridiculous. Diamond textured titanium, Damascus pivot collar here, milled tie clip, geared tie backspacer, extremely comfortable ergos in the standard grip and in the choked up grip. Absolutely love the Kumo Padre. Next up, we have the White Storm Real Steel of Vanguard. Drop point blade with a satin finish, going to be coming in M390. They have a bunch of different carbon fiber inlay versions that you can get. The White Storm, they got lava flow, they got I think copper infused. They got micarta, which is going to be a lot cheaper than the carbon fiber versions. I think by quite a bit, actually. So it might be worth checking out the micarta inlay version. I think those are around 200, where the carbon fiber inlay is 300. So I think going to be the same exact steel, just different inlays. We do have a nice titanium clip and backspacer. Very well done all the way around from Real Steel and Mr. Braganowitz. Braganowitz knows what he is doing, and Real Steel also does with the quality of their builds. Fantastic designs, user designs, and Real Steel backing them up with really solid builds. Next up, we are talking about one of my favorite knives of all time. Now, depending on what variation you're looking at, but on average, these come in right around $300, whether we're talking about the liner lock or the frame lock versions. Some are more expensive and some are less expensive, but this one comes in right around the $300 price point, and he is on newer versions. This one's from a year or two ago, but still going to be the exact same knife, coming from Bestech. M390 on the blade steel. Beautiful sheepsfoot blade. You have that window cut out on both sides on the Axon here, and it's just going to be a fantastic user knife for you if this is something you're looking at here. Vero has some impeccable designs, and Bestech does a phenomenal job with their build quality. As you can see, the titanium is extremely well finished. You have matching hardware with the blade here, a full length titanium backspacer ties this knife all together, and then you have that Vero deep carry milled tie clip with the little spoon on it. Just a fantastic design. Could definitely double as a gentleman style knife just because of the pure aesthetic, but definitely going to be a great workhorse for you with that sheepsfoot blade. It'll be a great EDC knife, great work knife, great gent knife. It could pretty much do whatever you need it to do. So right now on White Mountain Knives, you can get the QSP Cappuccino for under 300 bucks. I think on QSP's website, these are like 360. At White Mountain Knives, they're like 330. But with G-Ball 10, you can get 10% off, and it'll take this down to like 290-ish, somewhere in that ballpark, with free shipping and no tax. So that is going to put this under 300 bucks. Now hear me out. I know this is a very loud knife, a very loud design. I've said in the past, if they had some different materials for, you know, the inserts, you know, if we went with like a more neutral micarta, like a green or a black, or if we went with a more neutral carbon fiber, even kind of just a simple weave carbon fiber or something like that, I think it would look even better. I think it looks good. It's just really loud. But one thing is for certain about this knife. The testing that came back on this knife that I've seen on the M390 has been phenomenal. It's a little bit thicker of a knife, but it's as far as the blade stock and behind the edge, it still comes down decently, but it's going to be that more of a workhorse style drop point blade for you. You have a stonewash finish on this one. You do have the 2 opening tabs with the rear flipper, and the detent, guys, is absolutely incredible on this knife. Drop action, or the action on the close, is really smooth, really nice. With that heavier blade, it still has a ton of control. Nice road jimping up here. Titanium handle with these carbon fiber inlays, pivot collars, geared G10 backspacer that's been chamfered on the ends. And then we have a nice milled clip that goes with the flow of the design. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different, right, but you want some high quality, you know, but you want that little bit different design, or maybe you want that little bit louder design, this might be a good option for you. I can 100% say it is built like a freaking tank, and it is built very, very well from QSP. Starting to get good. It's been good though, hadn't it? Microtech Stitch. Depending on the version, these are usually around 200 for like G10, or just above 200. And these are going to be right around 300 depending on the version. This has a 2-tone finished M390 MK drop point style blade. It's a harpoon style drop point with a massive finger choil. This thing is extremely comfortable. It is overbuilt. This one has the fluted aluminum with the geared titanium backspacer, lower mounted deep carry steel rollover clip, and it is going to be reversible. This thing is also built like a freaking tank, but this thing could do it all. If you want a solid EDC knife that is combined with a great work knife that could also triple as maybe a self-defense style slasher poker, this might not be too bad of an option. That coil lock, or that coil spring, the ram lock, is going to be very tough, and not have any fear about really jamming this or slicing with this. Any issue that you may have heard about the ram lock will be old news. They have been fixed since then. There were some initial issues with the ram lock with it slipping, but those issues have been taken care of, as well as the M390 heat treat has also been upped by Microtech. So they are doing all the right things over there at Microtech. hate them or love them. For whichever reasons, they are trying to do it right, and I can only give that a thumbs up. And this is one of my favorite buys of 2024 so far, no question. So this one might stun some people, but it's on the list, and I didn't have to think about it too awful hard. There's some other knives that should have been in some of the other videos that I've done from this company. This is the Monster Urban Grip, and I've done some different videos on a couple other Monsters, and this Urban Grip, if you are a front flipper fan, this thing is a dream as far as the action is concerned, the ergonomics of the knife. M390 60 plus or minus 2, meaning if it's coated, it could be 58 to 60, somewhere in that ballpark. If it's uncoated, it'll be, 60 to 62. So there is that swing, which is always the case with the coated and uncoated blades from any company. Nice thin drop point, going to be nice and pokey as well. Nice little sharpening choil, no branding on the blade. Beautiful anodized titanium handle, backspacer, and milled pocket clip. Great access to the lock bar. And then we have a marbled carbon fiber inlay on both sides. Just a beautiful looking knife, and it is executed top notch. I put the quality of this build up there with some of the best production knives in the game. Up there with Best Tech, up there with Riot level production knives. That's how damn good these knives are. So when people are seeing, 250, 200 and up, I think these fall anywhere from 200 to 330, depending on which knife and which version. You are going to be getting an extremely solid knife. So just like the Capybara, this one is going to be a little bit different as well. This is the CMB made blades Devour, and this thing is crazy looking, but also going to be a great EDC and work knife. If you're not a fan of the aesthetic, well, then this one will not be for you. But if you're looking for something, a little bit more, with a little bit more to it, this is a good option. We have cutouts and milling all throughout the blade, all throughout the handle, different cutouts, different speed holes, speed hole in the blade. We have a dimpled titanium backspacer here. Just a lot of detail went into this knife. We also have a milled tie clip with a recess that runs under that milled clip to help with clearance, so that can slide in easily but still maintain good retention. This one in particular has a blue wash, and it looks really good. You don't see this a whole lot. Nice sharpening choil that runs into this modified sheepsfoot blade with a nice heavy wash. This is going to be coming in M390 as well, and it has these dual thumb discs with a front flipper, and they have this tuned extremely well. It feels like it has a detent in there on the open. It's pretty impressive. Has developed a little bit of lock stick. I don't know if something got stuck in there or what, but it'll work itself out or get cleaned out. One of the two. Not too worried about it. It didn't have it initially. I think something might have gotten in there from work or something and is causing that, because it doesn't do it all the time. So I think something's stuck in there. But if you're looking for a full-size, futuristic looking design that is in a premium form, the Devour is definitely a good option to take a look at. Next up, this knife definitely holds true as one of my favorite knives, coming in under $300. The Voxnez F5.5, beautiful sheepsfoot blade with a nice satin finish. M390 for the steel, Riot for the OEM. Nice little set of jimping there, which is in the perfect spot for the choked up grip. Nice full finger choil there, and this is going to be a titanium liner lock. nice chamfer on that liner, and then you have the Sagaha wave pattern milled into the titanium scales. There's a ton of different versions of this knife, different anodized titaniums. Comes in micartas now, it comes in G10s, and those are going to be much more inexpensive than this one here in titanium. But this is definitely the one I would shoot for, unless you absolutely love micarta or hate titanium. Then the micarta or G10 one will be nice. I wouldn't mind having a micarta one since I have this one here, but they need to re-put these out in LMAX instead of M390. And this one is a no-brainer. One of the best, if not the best, secondary knives of all time, the EMP EDC Nimble. And it's making this list because it deserves to be here, but he is also having a drop of Nimbles, regular OG Nimbles. I think the pre-order is up right now, but he's going to be having a drop for them as well. They're going to come, I believe, in M390. They have a fantastic drop point blade. There's going to be different versions that you can get with different carbon fibers and so on. I don't think he's doing any titanium on this run, at least I don't think so, but you have a nice secondary size, a full finger choil there, so you can choke right up behind that edge or get right up on the tip if need be. You have multiple ways of deploying this knife, which is how it made its footprint in the knife world. You have the cutout so you can reverse and thumb flick it, and then you have the front and rear flipper tab. Detent is tuned to perfection on this one. This one is from the second run. There isn't very many of this particular version. We have the blue anodized titanium clip, backspacer, and the hardware as well. This is number 55, I believe. Yeah, wasn't very many of these ones made. You guys will have to let me know what are some of your favorite knives that come in under that $300 price point. Keep in mind, these are just my opinions, and I'm not saying that these are the only knives under $300 that I enjoy. These are just 10 of the knives under $300 that I enjoy. Hope you found that entertaining. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I always appreciate that. If you're new here, we release knife and EDC content just like this every single day. Hit that subscribe button, ring the little bell. I'd love to have you here. I'll put up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I will catch you on the next one.